Hi, my name is Sanleva. Hello, Mrs. Segan, and any other students who's been watching this and see my embarrassment. I'm going to talk about my event about Anime Expo and how it's so wondrous. Yay!
Yay!
Okay, you gotta tell me when you mess up, okay, Mom? Okay. So, as most of you know, well, as I saw from throughout the whole questionnaire that I got, the results were mostly unsure because they weren't sure about the whole topic. They didn't know what's coming out of anime. What is anime for them? Because they might have more different interpretations. As for I know more anime than any other person. So we're going to talk about what is Anime Expo, but first we're going to talk about the backstory of Anime Expo, the manga, because people originated from manga, and then we're going to explain what to expect to the convention and everything, and the phenomenon and how it came to life and everything. So let's start the presentation, and here's some few images of anime that people widely know, young teenagers. Pokemon, people already know that. Death Note, you might see that in Netflix or Hulu, the live action. And this is a picture of Anime Expo in LA. So the main question was, what is anime? Anime, in my interpretation, is a animated cartoon. So this anime cartoon can be interpreted in many different ways. It can be your whole desires. It can be mecha, which has to do with robots. It has to do with fighting the world and everything. And there's romance, so it's a whole love story. There's slice of life that has to have a message throughout the whole anime, and you're probably going to find that in the end of the series. And there's some comedy too. There's some comedy that you can see, and they have skits throughout the whole episode, and it'd be funny for young children or people who have low humor or something like that. So as you can see, there's two images. This one comes from mecha anime, and this one comes from a romance and slice of life anime. I don't know what their names are. I completely forgot. But we're going to talk about... What was the next slide? Okay, let me go back. Let's talk about this one quote that I have. This is where is it? No, never mind. Okay, we're going to talk about manga. Manga has to do with books. So this graph, as you can see right here, has to do with the popularity of manga that's sold throughout the whole world. So the most recent that it has right now is November 14th through the 17th of 2019. That's the recent one, the most recent one that I can find from, what was the website? Anime News Network, and it was from Egon Liu. Egon Liu. So you can see right here, there's many different mangas. So Demon Slayer sold over 12 million units. So that means 12 million books from everyone in Japan and the US and probably Australia and Africa and China. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So I have an expert testimony right here from a quote from CNN. It was from a video called Made in Japan Part 1, and it had a little clip of going into a corporation that whoever draws manga, and then they asked the manga artist of what's the highest demand that you can receive from this kind of industry, and he said actually the highest demand is people who wants hand-drawn manga, which is really hard for people, I would say, because you have to draw each page every day, and they only can draw up to probably maybe 5 pages a day, what the video said, and it can take multiple hours throughout the day. And actually, I do have a manga right here. It's called Princess Jellyfish. Actually, this is the first volume of it, and you can see it has hundreds of pages. And you can see that it kind of looks like it's handmade. It's hand drawn actually, but it's probably from a tablet or it is hand-drawn, but it's just been printed. So it's pretty good. It can come from Japan. It can be interpreted in different languages like Japanese, Spanish, English, but I just have the English version. This is a pretty good manga right here. How are we doing on time? This is in the bottom. The bottom.
Oh yeah, it's 5 minutes.
Okay. Okay, so Anime Expo. What? This is the whole point of this whole presentation. Anime Expo. What do you want from Anime Expo? Anime Expo is a widely known that has smaller conventions throughout the whole world. So Anime Expo is mostly the big tsunami of it, and then there's other smaller conventions such as, what does it say right there? A-Con, Sakura Con, Famine, Anime Con, Anime, but it's May. Those are smaller conventions, so it's not as widely known, such as Anime Expo. Okay, on to the next slide. So background information. So this is the background information that I have from Anime Expo, and I got it from some sources. So you see right here that Anime Expo was first started at July 3rd, 1992. So it must be around almost 30 years old when it's 2022. And then it's always in the same location, which is Los Angeles. I think it's Pasadena. I don't know, but I am going there this year. And it's actually, we got this information from a reporter from Genie Watch named Edwin De La Cruz. He actually was a reporter for Genie Watch in 2003. He went to Anime Expo in 2003, and he gave us information of who manages every year. So it's actually from the Society for Promotional of Japanese Animation. They do it, all the works. They do shipments going to the convention of like toys, books, posters, swords, anything, clothing from Japan. I mean, it's really high quality figurines, I would say. Okay, let's go to the next slide. I kind of explained this in the last slide. So what to expect from Anime Expo? You can see cosplayers. Cosplayers are mostly people who dress like their favorite character or video game character. It doesn't have to be anime related. It can be video game related. And they usually sit in around a plaza, and they get a lot of photos and stuff like that. Everyone loves them. And then you can see merchandise. We can see merchandise too. We can see, we can get posters, dolls, plushies, clothing, everything like that. And then you actually can see your favorite YouTubers, actually people who talk about anime in their YouTube channel, and they do Q&As, everything. They talk about what's their life about anime, what's their favorite ones. It's pretty cool. And they also have other events, like nighttime events, such as like raves or like nightclubs, or you can go to a cafe over there too, which is pretty nice because you meet a lot of people and stuff like that. On to the next slide. Oh, this is the end card. Oops. So, furthermore, if you want to come to Anime Expo, you can expect a lot of things over there. You can expect a lot of merchandise over there. You can see a lot of people who relate to you, like the same anime as you. You can meet new people, everything like that. And it's just interesting how anime cartoons can bring people together, like in any kind of event, convention, such as Comic-Con, or like what other convention is there? There probably, like, there's job conventions, like being a lunch lady, but that'd be cool. And you can see right here, this is the logo of Anime Expo, Mom. This is the logo of Anime Expo, and here's a little picture of a anime that I watched. Name Lucky Star. Okay. Thank you for watching, and here's my citations. Thank you, Mrs. Egan. Woo! Yay!
She did it. She did it.
Okay, you can stop it, Mom.
Okay.